This morning, a Chicago woman is demanding answers from a hospital she says discharged her while she was in labor. 38-year-old Mercedes Wells says she was having contractions 1 minute apart and knew the baby was coming, but a nurse sent her home.
I was in excruciating pain. She seen me in pain and agony, and I guess she still perceives me to not be in labor.
The family sharing this video of Wells being wheeled out of the hospital. She then gave birth 8 minutes later in her truck on the side of the highway, her husband delivering their baby himself.
It's totally God's grace. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I don't have any medical license or anything to deliver a baby.
Wells says she spent 6 hours at the hospital but never saw a doctor. She blames racial discrimination.
I was stripped of my dignity as a person because I was treated less than an animal.
Can we agree that a woman in active labor should not be sent away without first being seen by a doctor?
The CEO of Franciscan Health Crown Point Hospital responding, saying the video and the comments it has generated are deeply troubling, and we understand the concern this has raised. The video is just one part of the information we are reviewing as part of a thorough investigation into this alleged incident. The good news? The couple says their baby daughter, Alina, is healthy and doing well. The Wells say they're not seeking compensation. Instead, they want accountability and changes in hospital policy.
Yeah, man. Crazy story, y'all. But after hearing this, Ronnie, man, what's your take on this?
Y'all might not like my take. I'm just being honest. First thing, my thing that always came to mind is, did they have insurance? Medical insurance, because remember, you gotta understand something. When you go to these hospitals, the first thing they always check is your medical insurance. Are you insured by your employers, or you got medical insurance outside of your employer? And if you don't have that, they're not gonna give you no assistance. And I think people that know whoever work in the medical field can tell you that they will send you behind home. That's what's happening here, and I think that's why she's not really seeking compensation, because a lot of people in the comments say, no, you need to sue. You need to seek compensation. If they really do deep dive, first thing they're gonna realize she don't have no American. Hopefully that's not the case. I'm just hoping that's not the case. She don't have no this is just me speculating. She don't have no medical insurance. And then if that's what's going on here, I think I'm down for everybody talking about let's do universal health care. We should just go ahead and get that over with. Because a lot of these people don't want that. They don't like what's going on in the aspect of this the cover. And then you got to keep it in mind too what's going on with the Affordable Care Act. That's another thing too that might play a part in that too. Because some people had a Care Act and they got let go because of what's going on within this current administration. So luckily, prayerfully, that baby came out fine, but that could have been a really, really bad situation. And like you said, Jordan, she's not the only one that had the same incident. There was another woman in Dallas who had that incident that went viral too as well. Go ahead, Akeem.
We need to close down the hospital, fire everybody, strict them of their licenses, and send them up the road. Now, there's a law in the United States where they can't refuse anybody's service. You have to see somebody even if they don't have insurance. That's the beautiful thing about being an American. You'll get a high-ass bill, but you're supposed to be seen. But I know somebody who just recently had a baby and they was not turned away. In all actuality, sometimes they'll tell you to come in a day early or the early that day so they can monitor you. So for her to send a pregnant woman is very troubling. We need to get the name of the person who sent the lady away, strip her of her license, fire her, and make her go work at McDonald's.
But if she don't got no American insurance, because I know it depends on what hospital she went to. Let's say she went to one of those private hospitals, they're not going to serve her. I got to deep dive.
Listen, we got to deep dive on that because I was under the impression I've seen people walk in there and get service and get a bill signed. Everybody can get served. So
like them private hospitals, like that was I don't work in the medical field.
Oh yeah.
But like them private hospital, they're gonna send you. It depends on what hospital she went to. So, we'll see.
No, yeah, definitely.
And the thing about this, we saw this story early. Me and my wife was talking about this, and when it comes to like some certain hospitals, you know, you can have insurance, but it also goes on what type of insurance that you have. Because there are some hospitals don't accept your type of insurance. They can do what they can. And for instance, they won't serve you, they'll kick you out with this instance and everything. I remember one time, before my wife got my insurance, we was going to a switch over. She had her own insurance that she was paying, and there was a hospital that we went to that was, you know, kind of out of the ways, and we didn't like that. We didn't like that the hospital we was going to, and also OBGYN we was going to. So I put her on my insurance, and we went to the UCLA a hospital and OBGYN. You know, we got there late towards the end of the pregnancy, but they got us through and everything. And, you know, like I said, we had really good insurance, and they took that. So it did. Ronnie, you have a good point about not necessarily if she have insurance, what type of insurance that you have, because there are some hospitals, you know, if you have difference between HMO and PPO, we got HMO and everything, you know, some hospitals you probably got to pay majority out of pocket, and you know you gotta pay this fee order, you know, to get served and everything. So it's, you know, it's really gotta get into the deep dive into that, because you know we are seeing constantly, we are seeing, you know, not this one, another video in Dallas, that, you know, when it comes to these women getting kicked out, you know, what type of insurance they have and everything, because there are some hospitals, you got a certain type of insurance, and you got to pay majority kick you out. That's a I think, you know, seeing this and then our video like this and really discuss what's when it comes to women getting kicked out, when they becoming issues, and also hospital issues, because this is a certain, and we see this more in the black, especially in our black women, because out of all the races, you know, going to the hospitals, there's more a black woman, you know, are, you know, really don't make it, you know, when it comes to after the pregnancy and everything. So, but yeah, definitely need to talk about this. This is the perfect time to talk about this and really talk about when it comes to insurance, and also these hospitals, as we know, why to do something like this. And this really has to change, because we don't even need to see anything like this. But fortunately, we are, and something has to change.
I'm being honest. I got it pulled up right here. Y'all can see it in front of the screen. It show you that this is coming from Google. Yes, a hospital can turn you away. They can. They can turn you away if it's a non-emergency. They can also turn you away if they don't have like certain treatment there. They can turn you away.
Wow.
Lack of money.
Yeah.
Or lack of resources, and even if the person is being disruptive, they can turn you away. So.
And it's like this, I can't want to say this. If your insurance can pay 80% of it, they'll take you. If it's close to, like, if the insurance can pay 50 and 70, some hospitals be like, yeah, but if you can't pay under the 50%,
they're not gonna take you.
And they look at your insurance, they can pay you. If you pay under the 50% of the coverage, like what Ronnie said, there are some hospitals like, no, your claim is not enough, and we're gonna reject you. We gotta move somewhere else.
And it's sad